It's week 3 of the NFL season, and the biggest surprise isn't that the Cleveland Browns traded their best player, Trent Richardson. It's that they had a good player to trade. I'm Kevin Clark. With me is my editor, Geoff Foster.
How are you?
Jeff, we're going to do something different this week.
Okay.
It's time for some knee-jerk reactions. Let's just declare whose season is done. We're in the newspaper business. Let's have some obituaries, okay? So who are you going with first?
Well, I think you said it right there, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
They're writing their own obituary, or at least it seems like. So their quarterback, Brandon Weeden, goes down. They have Brian Hoyer coming in to replace him. Not a good sign traditionally. And then they trade the guy they drafted 3 overall. So they're clearly giving up on this team. And I think this management, this GM, they didn't make these decisions. They didn't pick Richardson, and now they have a first-round pick from the Colts. I actually think it's kind of a good deal. Like, I think next year they're going to have 2 shots at one of these great quarterbacks coming out. But this year, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they're doing much.
They're going to lose. That's what they're going to do. Okay, how about the Minnesota Vikings, the playoff team a year ago? I'm worried about Adrian Peterson's rushing. When he rushes to the outside, he's had 9 carries for 4 yards. Last year, when he ran just to the right sideline, he averaged over 10 yards a carry. That's a really huge problem, a really big red flag. Today, kind of interesting comment from Coach Leslie Frazier. He said that Cordell Patterson, who's probably the most talented receiver, hasn't been on the field because of an oversight. An oversight of what? Was he running errands? What was he doing exactly? Sounds like bad coaching in Minnesota. I think they're probably done at 0-2.
So you think the best player in the NFL is bad? That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's done. He's done. Trade him. Trade him for a first-round pick. I do think they have the Browns this weekend, though, so that's 1 win.
Right,
so they're looking at 1-15 is what I'm saying. Who else, Jeff?
Everyone's been saying the Steelers. I'm going to say the Steelers also. The Steelers get the ball, and they kind of remind me of the Jets. I just look at that roster. I'm like, how is this team going to score points? I mean, with Todd Haley running the offense, they're supposed to be more ground and pound, but they lost Le'Veon Bell, the running back, so I don't know what they're doing there. Ben Roethlisberger is just out of sync with the new receivers and the new passing offense. I mean, traditionally, like, he would break 10 sacks and then throw the ball 50 yards down the field and find Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace is gone, and he's also getting sacked a lot. The offensive line's a mess. Their center's gone for the year. They're going to have a long, long season in Pittsburgh.
How about the Washington Redskins? We know about RG3's problems, but their defense is in disarray. They used E.J. Biggers at safety in the first game of the year. He had never played safety since the senior year of high school. They used him. He didn't work. Reed Doherty was next. Brandon Merriweather was after that. He's out, so we don't know what's going on. The biggest problem is that their starter, Brandon Merriweather, was never good to begin with. So maybe you should have had a better backup plan there. So, yeah, their defense is awful. 511 yards per game given up. I just think that there's no way, even if RG3 becomes the RG3 of old, that they can even compete on the same
Makes that performance
field.
by the Eagles in Week 1 look a little worse.
Oh, yeah.
Give up those
the
points
Eagles are looking worse by the second here. The upset pick of the week, I think that there's a lot of candidates, a lot of big spreads. We have Jacksonville against...
I'm not taking that.
We have Jacksonville against Seattle, 20-point spread. Jeff, who do you see as your upset?
There's a lot of teams getting a lot of points. I sort of like the Cardinals. I think they're the best team of that group that's getting a lot of points. They're playing the Saints. Everyone expects the Saints to just be this dynamic offense, but they're really not, quite clicking yet. They're only scoring like 19 points a game. Arizona's got a lot of talent on defense. They're physical. They could go in there and sneak an early season win, sort of like they did last year against New England.
Really quickly, the Indianapolis Colts are a 10-point dog to the San Francisco 49ers. I think they go in there, maybe win the game. San Francisco gave up 4.5 yards a carry on 39 rush attempts last week. The Colts have Trent Richardson, as we discussed. Andrew Luck is going to be able to punish that secondary, which is weak to begin with. I like the Colts in San Francisco.
You don't think Harbaugh knows how to stop his old quarterback?
No, I don't think so. I think Luck knows those tricks as well. Anyway, that's it for us for Week 3 of the NFL season. I hope your week is going better than the Cleveland Browns.